What is this JIT policy and what are the effects of JIT policy? JIT policy is just in time, as you may be aware of. Just in time policy ensures that no stock of goods are already maintained. As and when the demand arises, the goods are ordered and it is produced. I mean to say the raw materials are ordered and then the production process is taken up. So what happens because of just in time? There is both an advantage as well as a disadvantage because of just in time. Because of just in time, we should have accurate prediction of demand. When there is exact demand, you have to keep watching. And once when the demand is arrived, you will have to place an order for the goods and produce and satisfy that demand. Because of that, what will happen? There will be certain people who will not give you time for delivery for the demand. They will want it immediately. They would not place an order. Instead, they would want it immediately. In such case, there will be stock out cost. Why? Because in just in time, we will not have sufficient stock of goods. So just in time, based on demand, the goods are produced, the goods are made available and they are produced. So there will be stock out cost if just in time is followed. That is the disadvantage. But when it comes to advantage, what will happen? The funds which is invested in stock earlier, the funds which is invested in stock earlier is released. So instead of investing 40 lakhs in stock, if they are going to invest only 10 lakhs in stock, which is illustration 6, instead of investing 40 lakhs in stock, if they are going to invest only 10 lakhs in stock, which means 30 lakh funds are released. That 30 lakh of funds can be invested elsewhere for a return on investment. So you will be able to earn return on investment instead of locking up funds in stock without knowing the demand for it. So that is one advantage. The other advantage is the storage cost will be less. So if I have to store several tons, I may have to hire a warehouse. I may have to pay rent for the warehouse. I have to maintain the goods. I have to protect the goods from fire and other destroying activities. But in case of just in time, you need not maintain a warehouse. You need not spend on warehouse. You need not spend on maintenance activities. So all these are advantages of just in time. The disadvantage of just in time is stock out cost, but the advantage of just in time is many. So this policy is successfully followed in Japan, but is yet to be implemented in other countries. So now, while evaluating, when it comes to academic purpose, while evaluating if an organization can take up JIT policy or not, what we do is we consider only cash cost, because while evaluating, it is called as cost benefit analysis. The cost benefit analysis of JIT policy, we will consider only cash cost. We will not consider depreciation, because the asset which is used for production of the goods, it will have depreciation. There is a capital expenditure for the asset which is taken up to produce the goods, but it is in no way going to influence my just in time. What is just in time? It is about the final goods which is produced. Whether the asset is going to give you 1 lakh depreciation or 2 lakh depreciation, or it is going to go in and scrap value, it is of no way concerned to just in time. It is an irrelevant cost. So while evaluating JIT policy, we will not consider depreciation. Keep that in mind. Now we will move on to sums. So that's all is the concept of JIT policy. Moving on to sums, please take illustration 6, page number 245 as per your book. B Limited has decided to adopt JIT policy for materials. The following effects of JIT policy are identified. To implement JIT, the company has to modify its production and material receipt facilities at a capital cost of 1 lakh. The new machine will require cash operating cost of 1 lakh 8,000 per annum. The capital cost will be depreciated over 5 years. Raw material stock holding will be reduced from 40 lakhs to 10 lakhs. The company can earn 15% on its investments. The company can avoid rental expenditure on storage facilities amounting to 33,000 per annum. Property taxes and insurance amounting to 22,000 will be saved due to JIT program. Presently, there are 7 workers in the stores department at a salary of 5,000 each per month. After implementing JIT scheme, only 5 workers will be required in the department. Balance 2 workers, employment will be terminated. Due to receipt of smaller lot of raw materials, there will be some disruption of production. The cost of stockouts are estimated at 77,000 per annum. Determine the financial impact of JIT policy. Is it advisable for the company to implement the JIT system? You can have the question from the textbook, which you may have in your hand. I will explain the solution from the screen. Right. So what are all the cost and benefits associated with JIT policy? I have already told you. In case if they have given us the capital cost, you can ignore the depreciation part of it because it is non-cost. That is point number one. What is told about point number one? It is capital cost of 10 lakhs depreciated over 5 years. You can ignore that information. Then the new machine will require a cash operating cost of 1,08,000 per annum. So it is part of cost. What are we going to do now? We are going to compare the benefit and the cost to know the net benefit. If there is a net benefit, you can suggest the JIT policy. If there is no benefit at all, you will not suggest the JIT policy. So 1,08,000 is operating cost, which is posted in the cost side, if you can notice. Then raw material stock holding will be reduced from 40 lakhs to 10 lakhs. So what is happening because of this? 40 lakhs was the funds invested in raw material earlier. Now it is reduced to 10 lakhs, which means 30 lakh funds are released. 30 lakh funds will yield a return on investment of 15%. So interest on investments on released funds will be 30 lakhs into 15%. But you are investing 10 lakhs. That 10 lakhs will have a cost of capital. So 10 lakhs into 15% will give you interest on capital of 1,50,000. So because of point number 2, we have two points to be analyzed. One is the cost and the other is the benefit. Cost is for the amount of investment and benefit is for the released funds. Instead of 40 lakhs, it is only 10 lakhs which is invested, which means 30 lakh funds are released. So for 30 lakhs, I can invest it elsewhere instead of putting up in stock and earn a return on investment of 15%. So that point is considered. Next, coming to the fourth point, the company can avoid rental expenditure amounting to 33,000. Property taxes and insurance amounting to 22,000 can also be saved due to JIT program. So this saving is going to be a benefit for me. So I bring down those two savings on the benefit side. Then presently, there are 7 workers in the stores department at a salary of 5,000 each. After implementing JIT scheme, only 5 workers will be required in the department, which means 2 workers' employment will be terminated. For the 2 workers, I need not pay salary if JIT is implemented. So that is saving in salary. How much is saving in salary? 5,000 into 2 workers. That 5,000 is for 1 month. So into 12 months, into 2 workers will give you the saving in salary. The last adjustment, due to receipt of smaller lot of raw materials, there will be some disruption in production. What did I tell? In case of just in time, only based on the demand will the goods be procured and production be taken up. But if the customer is not giving you sufficient time for delivery of goods, in case if he wants it on hand immediately, you do not have stock of goods. So you will end up with stock out cost. So what is the stock out cost told? Stock out cost is told as 77,000, which I am listing out in cost. That's all. Now add up all the benefits, bring the total to the debit side. You have 6,25,000 again. There you have a net benefit due to JIT to the extent of 2,90,000. Since the JIT policy is giving you a benefit in spite of stock out cost, you can go ahead with JIT policy. Is this